Going on, bros? Welcome back. Another trade recap.
I'm chilling in bed right now because we smoked a freaking banger in bed. We made like $750 because my trade copier didn't work. So would have been a lot more money. But unfortunately, fucking trade copia just didn't sync for some reason. So only $750 today. It is what it is. Maybe I'll LARP the title. I'll probably LARP the title so that you guys obviously click on it. Um,
But $750.
unfortunately, like I said. We're going to go through the trade that I ended up taking, everything like that. So, come in here in the 4 hour. We were very bullish, actually. We were reacting off this 4 hour right here. We inversed this 4 hour to continue back up. This looked like we wanted to push higher. This reaction off this hourly was pushing us down. We did have this hourly right here at the time when market opened that we were reacting off of. I honestly wanted to see us kind of push off this and continue back up to maybe target these highs, but unfortunately, that did not end up happening. Now, what did we get off market open? Well, this is what I was looking at. All right, so we had already swept out Asia highs, we had already swept out London highs. All right, so at this point now, like, are we to sweep out London highs and go back up? Right? Probably not. A lot of the times when you sweep out one, sweep out the other, and try to go back in the opposite direction, you end up ranging, right? You're not really going to actually make that flip because then you're reversing two separate times, right? Usually one manipulation and then reverse off of that. The manipulation in this scenario was sweeping out London highs, right? Manipulating higher into the hourly gap and then pushing lower off of that. So when you sweep out either highs or lows, right, you can obviously choose to target the other ones. So what ended up happening? Well, we came back down. We edged London low right here, and we had this 5 minute gap right here that was going to be essentially our condition. If we inverse this, I wasn't going to take a trade because I didn't like this. We had a bullish SMT, or sorry, a bearish SMT. We edged London lows. Like, I didn't really want to take that, but that was probably going to be like, okay, we're not going to go lower if we do end up inversing that. Um, we didn't end up inversing it, fortunately enough. We ended up putting in an SMT here with this right here up to here. As you can see, ES did not end up tapping into this 5 minute, which is perfect. And then we got a 1 minute inversion back to the downside. As you can see right here, inversed both of these 1 minutes, had a nice displacement through, had our stops above these candle bodies right here, and then targeted Asia lows. As you can see, Asia lows down here. And we had beautiful delivery. Break even at this swing low right here. It was just insane. Beautiful delivery. Broke the broke even curse. As you can see, my executions here. Entered off this candle. Exited here. Unfortunate that it did not copy through all of my accounts. Extremely unfortunate. Now one of my accounts is $750 past all the other ones, which is pretty dumb. But you know, we'll get over it. Not really that big of a deal, but it's just extremely annoying. Um, but I did want to talk about something. Somebody, one of my students texted me, asked me, said, "Hey, are you bullish today?" And I was like, "Yes, I am bullish today." Okay, because I did think that we would, eventually start pushing up, and I wanted to, because I don't want to be stuck in this range forever, because we're still in this fucking daily range now. I told them, I was like, "Yeah, I am bullish, right? I want to see reaction off this for a push higher, blah 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 blah, right? That's what I want to see. That's what I think is going to happen." Well, we did not end up getting that, right? We did not end up actually being bullish. And is that fine? Yes, of course that's fine, right? It's not that big of a deal. We reacted off of what price gave us and went from there, right? We're using this 5 minute as our condition because if we're truly going to be bullish, we're going to trade through this, right? And at the time, us kind of just, sitting here chopping around is showing signs that we don't want to push through this and we're probably going to fall off here soon, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, well, do we want to be bearish, right? We just swept out London highs. We're reacting off an hourly, right? We have an unfilled 4 hour below that we still haven't tapped into, but we have it, right? Asia lows below as well, stacked with London lows, right? So now we're thinking, okay, do we want to be bullish still, or do we want to be bearish, right? And at this point, it's like, okay, we probably want to be bearish, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, what can I use in the charts? What is it giving me that I can take a trade to eventually, go short? And what it gave us was this 5 minute, this SMT right here with this high, up to this high, as you can see, not swept out on ES, right? And then also draws lower. So that Asia low, that 4-hour unmitigated gap, right? So we're reacting off of what price is actually giving us. That's exactly what we did today. Came into the day bullish, ended up flipping my bias, saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to short this, and it ended up working, right? That's kind of what you have to do every single day. But yeah, super clean trade, super good trade. Hopefully every single one of you guys took this. It was pretty obvious. But that being said, that's trade recap from today. Once again, if I take a trade tomorrow, you guys will see me tomorrow. If not, you won't. Peace.